Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and welcome to another episode of Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats. And today I will be your host. And in this episode is about a friendly pussycat, or a handsome male pussycat, who loved a forest. A forest he considered to be enchanted. A forest he considered to be generally peaceful during the day. The forest to the pussycat was known as the Whispering Woods. The male pussycat's name was Fredrick. The Whispering Woods, that's where I want to be all the time, Freddy said to himself happily. The Whispering Woods is a place where one may dare go if they feel lonely or unhappy. And the Whispering Woods is a place where oneself will cheer up rapidly if they go, dependent on the individual circumstances. Fredrick would just relish the thrill in going to the Whispering Woods. He loved nothing more than going there if he was feeling down or just to spend his ordinary day. As a matter of means of fun or for pleasure. There could be times where Fredrick himself could be gone all day going to the Whispering Woods or the forest, which he liked to think of as the Whispering Woods. Sometimes he would go just for the afternoon and come back for supper, but sometimes he would go from as early as about 8 o'clock in the morning and would not come home until about 8 o'clock in the evening, in some exceptional circumstances, as to going to the forest. But because of Fredrick's interest in going to this forest he likes to think of as the Whispering Woods, some of his other cat friends considered him a loner because of his lust for going to the forest he loved so much. Because of his lust and zest for the forest, the other cat friends consider him worshipping and all that. Fredrick seems to worship this woods, one of his cat's friends would say. It's nice that he has somewhere he likes going to, but I think Fredrick should know that there is more to life than just going to this forest he calls the Whispering Woods. His cat friend made a genuine point, but Fredrick didn't seem to think so. All Fredrick thought about in life was just going to the forest he loved so much, or whenever he decided to stay at home, was all about playing with his owner, or having a few snoozes if he was tired and all that. But one day, as Fredrick had eaten his breakfast and started going out into the garden, making his way to the forest, one of his cat friends came over to him and said, "Fredrick, would you like to go to the Whispering Woods with me?" "Oh, hi, Caspy," Fredrick said to the cat. "Oh yes, I would love to show you the Whispering Woods." Follow me," Fredrick said. "Oh, no, Fredrick, please, follow me," Caspy insisted, politely. Okay, Fredrick said, in a slight sense of confusion, and so Fredrick followed his cat friend Caspy to where they were going to. But little did he realize, until seeing the sight, that Caspy had led him into a fib, but thankfully not a trap. Caspy did unfortunately tell a fib to Fredrick, because he took him to a place completely different to the Whispering Woods. Fredrick was surprised. He was almost about to lash out in fierce anger towards his cat friend Caspy, but Fredrick understood that Caspy did have to tell a lie towards himself for the right reason, for a rightful reason. And also, Fredrick could understand why Caspy would tell a lie to him like this in a time of a nice day, because Fredrick was beginning to take an interest in this place he had not been to before. "Some of my friends come along with me here," Caspy said. "We sometimes go when the other cats are not watching us." "This is an interesting place," Fredrick said to Caspy, "but it's not the Whispering Woods." "Ah, when we go to the next place, it will be even better than the Whispering Woods," Caspy said towards his friend Fredrick, smiling and winking towards him. They were about to have another conversation together when a big, dark grey, fluffy, obese cat became slowly walking towards them in the garden. The big, obese grey cat began growling and yowling. "Fredrick," Caspy said towards his friend, "it's time to make a run because the bad cat is here, as it's his territory." And so Fredrick and Caspy began running for their lives, but were too quick for the large, obese, dark grey cat to catch them. The large, obese, dark grey black cat began running after them, shrieking with his vocalized meowing, but was far too slow to catch up with Fredrick and Caspy as a result of his corpulence. The dark, grey, obese cat yowled and growled in anger as a means of not being able to catch up and attack Fredrick and Caspy. But Fredrick and Caspy felt so fortunate, yet so alive, that they completely avoided the risk of being brutally attacked by the obese, dark grey cat. Had they been attacked by the obese cat, they would have sustained serious injuries to warrant a veterinarian appointment or veterinarian surgery. After they'd stopped running away and began to walk carefully, sooner than they believed, Fredrick and Caspy arrived at the next place. Caspy was taking Fredrick as a means of his sightseeing tour. "This is the next place," Caspy said to Fredrick. "I know it's not exactly the Whispering Woods, as you would say to me, Fredrick," Caspy pointed out, "but all the same, I think this place could do." Fredrick was confused. He looked all around him at everything he could see. He was not terribly interested, so he turned his paws and began to walk away, but thankfully not to the direction of the Whispering Woods, because he knew that he would lose his friendship with Caspy, or would be risking losing his friendship with Caspy if he turned straight towards the forest he likes to think of as the Whispering Woods. And so Caspy and Fredrick proceeded to the next destined to the next stop of their sightseeing tour. After the uninteresting-looking other sight Fredrick had experienced, although interesting to his friend Casby, they began to reach upon their third sightseeing for their touring time, and Fredrick was amazed to see the place. Here in the place, not only were there a few trees, but luckily not covered in trees, but there was a nice, peaceful-looking green hedge of leaves that Fredrick was looking at himself, alongside Casby. And the sight to Fredrick was so magical to him that it was almost like something was familiarizing him. This is almost like the Whispering Woods, Fredrick said happily. I really like this place, Fredrick said. Casby was pleased. He thought it would be nice that Fredrick had a change of scenery as opposed to the forest he loved going to. Fredrick knew that it's good to go somewhere you like to go, but he also knew it's important and good to have a change of scenery at times, and not end up going to the same place over and over again. But Fredrick could not be a happier cat, and after going to their third and final sight, Fredrick and Casby made their way back home. Fredrick waved a paw goodbye to Casby, and Casby waved a paw goodbye towards Fredrick in return, and both went back home to their owners, happy that they had a fulfilling and fun fall sightseeing day together, like cat friends. The end. Well, thanks all indeed for watching this latest episode of Foxy's Fun Inspirational Chats. Please let me know what your thoughts were in the comments down below. Thanks all indeed for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the next video. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.